Hi everyone, hello Narendra. I hope everyone is doing good. My name is Ashok and welcome to Linux Learning Journey. In this video, I'm going to share some Linux fundamentals and essential commands that I recently learned and practiced. This is Linux for beginners as a part 1. So let's get started.
Yep. Today we're gonna learn Linux for beginners, and today what we will learn today. Today I'm gonna cover what is Linux and why Linux in the 2026, and also we're gonna focus on understanding the Linux file system and and also I'm gonna explain navigation commands like pwd, lscd, and file and directory operations like mkdir, touch, cp, mv, rm. These are used for creating directories, creating files, copy, move and rename, remove, and hands-on terminal demonstration throughout all the commands. Okay, and now I'm gonna explain what is Linux? Uh, yeah, let me check. There you go. And what is Linux? Linux is kernel. That the kernel manages communication and such as communication between the computers and hardware and software. And also there are many Linux distributions such as Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, Red Hat, and Amazon Linux. Uh, these Linux kernel with other tools to create complete operating systems. And also, Linux is also an open source, which means its source code can be viewed, modified, and distributed under its license terms. And Linux is one of the operating systems that currently almost all of the technologies are using right now in the cloud systems, DevOps engineering. And why we learn Linux in 2026? Linux is widely used across cloud infrastructure, DevOps, and containers. That's why learning Linux is important foundation for my career in cloud and DevOps. Okay, so now let's just understand go through with the understanding the Linux file system. The first one is Linux uses hierarchical file systems that starts from the root directory represented by forward slash. It is called root. Okay. And next the home directory contains home directories for regular users that is represented as slash home. And then we have etc slash etc. This is system configuration files. It has directory contains system configuration files. And slash bin is essential command. This is directory contains essential commands. While and next the slash usr, it has application command and libraries and shared data as well. And slash where has logs and variable data. And t slash tmp has temporary files. And slash root users is home directory. So now let me show you some of these directories on real Linux server. Now I'm using AWS EC2 to like run the command lines, and I'm gonna show you how this the user interface, that is command line user interface, I'm gonna show. I'm currently running this in putty. with connected to is EC2 server, that is AWS server, and I'm gonna use PWD, which will show right now I'm logged in as a EC2 user, and the PWD command shows that my current location, and then I'm gonna use the let me check just a moment. cd is gonna useful to check the current directory. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the pwd. uh, I moved to the root directory, which is the starting point of the Linux file system right now, and I'm gonna check what directory I'm currently in by typing ls. Let me check. Ls is gonna show me uh, where I'm currently located at, in which directory. Let's just check. Yep, here um, we can see the directory, and I'm gonna check by the type by typing the ls. Just a moment. Yeah, pwd. There you go. Yep. Then yeah. Now we will see the bin, boot, dev, and etc home, lib, root, all these commands, right? Here we can see how many of the directories that we just discussed, like including boot, etc, home, root, temp, user, and var. And then I'm gonna return cd slash. It's gonna take me back one parent, one more step back. That is, I'm going to EC2 user. Okay. Now I'm gonna use cd title. Okay, there you go. Cd title, and now let me show you the presentation again. Yep. Now currently, like we're gonna see the navigation commands. There you go. Now let's look at some basic navigation commands. Navigation commands has starting with pwd. That is already we use the print working directory. The pwd command shows our current location in the Linux file system, and the next one is ls. Just a moment. There you go. Ls, the list directory contents, shows files and directories in your current location. Ls command shows the files and directories in our current location. Cd is useful for change directory, and also is used for move from one directory to another directory. Okay, and we can use cd dot dot. This used for move up one level, and to go to the previous one, like we used previously for cd dot dot to go to the ec2 directory. Okay, cd slash is to return home. It's gonna returns to your home directory. Okay, now we can check this. Now let me demonstrate these in the these commands. Okay, in the command prompt, that is putty. So now I'm gonna check where my current directory by typing pwd. There you go. I'm currently in the home slash ec2 user. In this directory I'm currently at, and I'm gonna type uh, the pw stands for printing out directory. It shows my current location. Okay, and I'm gonna type ls. The ls command lists the files and directories in my current location. In my current location there are currently no files and directories, right? So that's why it didn't show me anything right now. Then I'm gonna create a new directory in this right now. There you go. I'm just creating one directory, mkdir linux demo. There you go. Well, now one directory is already created. I'm gonna check by typing ls. There you go. It shows linux demo. I created a directory called linux demo, and now we can see it by using ls command. And I'm gonna use cd, uh, cd linux demo, and I'm gonna check by typing pwd. Why did i I typed the command cd linux demo? I used the cd command to enter the linux demo directory using pwd. We can confirm our new location. Now cd dot dot, the cd dot dot command moves us one level up to the parent directory. We can check by typing pwd, like it's gonna show us what directory we are currently on. There you go, we are at the ec2 user. So, and I'm gonna use cd title to go to my previous directory, which is linux demo. Okay, so cd slash slash cd dot dot is gonna useful for to go back to the one step, and cd title is useful to go back, the previous existence. Okay, make me go back to my home directory. Cd title is useful for me to go back to my home directory. Now I'm gonna use cd linux demo. There you go, let me check. And yeah, cd linux demo, and I'm gonna check by pwd. And this directory is gonna we're gonna useful in next videos as well, next demonstration as well. And now I'm gonna explain about file and directory operations. mkdir is useful for make new directory. It creates a new directory. And second one is going to be touch. Touch, the touch command creates an empty file, creates a new empty file, and updates an existing file. CP is useful for copy files or directories, and MV is useful for move or rename the files and directories. And RM, the fifth one is going to be RM. RM is useful for remove, delete files. This has to be used carefully because deletion is generally not sent to recycle bin. So you should you and now let me demonstrate each of these commands in the command prompt. Okay, switch to I'm now just switch to putty, and I'm gonna use the pw2 to check my current directory. And then I'm gonna create a new directory called projects. Okay, mkdir is useful to create a new directory. And then I'm gonna check my current lists in the directory by typing ls. Now it's showing me the projects. Okay, that is my current directory. And I used mkdir to create new directory called projects. Okay, and now I'm gonna create a new file by using touch command, which is called touch, like and I name it as notes.txt. And let's see, and then I'm gonna check by using ls. Yeah, now notes.txt is a file that is in projects directory. Okay, I use the touch command to create an empty file called notes.txt. And then I'm gonna make cp is useful for copy the existing file, that is notes.txt. I'm gonna copy this notes.txt by using the command cp notes.txt as backup dot text. Now I just I'm gonna check by using ls. I used the command to copy notes.txt and create another file called backup.txt. Okay, now I'm gonna use demonstrate mv command as rename. I already told you that mv is useful for rename and change or move the directory, move the file to a directory. Okay, so I'm gonna use mv backup dot text in as a linux notes dot text. Okay, I just renamed by using mv command. Then I'm gonna check by using ls. Ls is gonna show our current list in the directory. The mv command can also rename a file. Here I renamed backup text to linux.txt. Okay, and I'm gonna move the linux notes.txt to the projects directory by using mv. Let me let me just check. Okay, there you go. mv mv linux notes.txt. I'm sending this file to the directory that is projects. Okay, this is the command. And then I'm gonna check by typing ls. This time this time I used the mv command to move linux notes.txt into the projects directory. Okay, so we can see that linux notes.txt is now inside the projects directory. Demonstrate rm. Now I'm gonna demonstrate rm. uh, rm, so that I'm gonna remove that notes.txt by typing rm. Okay, let me just type rm notes.txt. Then I'm gonna check whether the rm, like notes.txt, is removed from the current directory or not. The notes.txt is in projects directory. I'm gonna check by typing ls. Yeah, now we can see that there is no files named as notes.txt in the projects directory. How did we remove? By typing rm command. I use the rm command to delete notes.txt. We should always be careful with this command. Now I'm gonna remove the file inside projects. Okay, rm projects linux notes dot text. I'm going to remove the linux notes dot text. I'm going to check, then I'm going to remove the empty directory, that is projects. I'm going to remove the projects directory by typing rmdir. Like we created the projects directory by using mkdir, right? Now I'm gonna remove the same directory by using rmdir as a command. Let us just see. Let us check. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we are not seeing any directory in our current like in our current location as we type the ls. So now I'm gonna tell you the final summary. The final summary for this video is what I learned. In this video I covered the basic fundamentals of linux. I learned that linux is a kernel and widely used across servers, cloud, infrastructures, and DevOps. Linux is everywhere. Like in the current technology, Linux file systems. Linux uses the hierarchical tree-like structure starting from the root directory. The that we already saw that the home, etc, and where all these directories are contained in the root directory, root, and navigation commands. Those are pwd, ls, cd, cd dot dot, cd title. These are the navigation commands, and file and directory operations. Those are mkdir, touch, cp, move, run. We use this to create new directory and a new file, copy the file, and move, rename. And Linux, I'm gonna make a part 2 for this Linux for beginners, where I'll cover the viewing files, searching with the grep, permissions, users, root, sudo. Thank you.